A new business may flourish if it can meet the demands of the neighborhood. Villages can host large-scale business. Villages have both the advantage of a concentrated market and the difficulty of a small population. Meeting a current need with a fantastic product or service is the key to developing innovative business ideas that are sustainable. You must conduct background study regarding the local market and the precise geography of the physical site before starting a business in a hamlet. You are considerably more reliant on a smaller group for business in such a tiny area. Having a solid understanding of the size of your market is still necessary even if your business concept is service-based. Once you have a general understanding of the mainstream market inside the village, you may build the foundation for many company concepts there before selecting the one you believe will work the best. You can speak to other business owners and assess the costs and demands of entrepreneurship once you have learned more about the available resources and other businesses in your neighborhood. We've compiled a list of the top 10 village business concepts that every neighborhood needs as inspiration. It's the iBiz YouTube channel. Subscribe and let's get started. Automotive repairs. If you reside in a rural or village setting, having a car is pretty much a must, but living far from a dealership might make routine servicing difficult. You might think about whether there is a chance to establish up shop because auto repair services satisfy a clear need in small communities and improve inhabitants' quality of life. Similar to how cars break down everywhere, most tow trucks charge by the distance. Therefore, even without a proper repair shop, there may be a market for you to start towing vehicles if your town is far away from any large city. Computer services. No matter where they are, all businesses and individuals require technical help. There will always be people utilizing technology, regardless of how big or tiny the area in which you live is, and having difficulty connecting their Wi-Fi. Since this service is less noticeable than a company with a storefront and less frequent than a service like house cleaning, it will need a little bit more advertising to spread the word. But if you don't intend to make significant repairs, it won't need much equipment, so you can keep overhead prices down. Gas station. Filling stations may not be the most glamorous establishments, but they are very necessary in areas where the majority of residents rely on vehicles and trucks for mobility. A gas station, unlike other companies, may benefit from a position distance from cities because villages on or near major roads can receive a lot of through traffic. Sales of cigarettes and lottery tickets can also bring in a sizable profit, particularly if you're the only seller in the vicinity. Drugstore. A drugstore or pharmacy involves more work, such as employing a pharmacist, purchasing insurance, and setting up security measures. But if your village doesn't already have one, it may be a terrific opportunity to start a successful enterprise there. If you are a trained pharmacist yourself or work in the local medical field, this is one of the village business ideas that you should consider. Every community needs a pharmacy, but if you choose to start your own independent pharmacy, you should be mindful of going up against big chain drugstores. Dry cleaner. Even while no one enjoys learning that their new sweater is dry clean only, there are instances when dry cleaning is unavoidable, especially for items like suits, dresses, and coats. This could be an excellent chance for you if there isn't a dry cleaner in your area right now. A dry cleaner, once more, can be a valuable company for everyone, especially if many people in your village commute into the city for work. People will be able to take care of their clothing correctly without having to travel too far if there is a nearby dry cleaner. Bed and breakfast. No matter how big your village is, you'll always have guests, whether they're passing tourists or relatives coming in from out of town for the holidays. Given this, providing lodging for tourists, such as a bed and breakfast, can be a fantastic local business idea. A bed and breakfast can serve a range of customers, can be open all year round, and doesn't need a lot of personnel or room. A charming, reasonably priced bed and breakfast can be even more enticing to tourists, or even locals searching for a weekend getaway if your location is adjacent to a major highway or city. Gardening and landscaping. People are prepared to pay for services like cleaning, gardening, and landscaping because they simply don't want to do them or feel they aren't very good at them. Starting a landscaping company can be just as successful because it meets a different kind of community need. Any type of village resident can enjoy gardening and landscaping, especially when the weather warms up. This is especially true if your village contains home communities with mandatory lawns, like referrals for handymen or contractors. Gardening and landscaping success can quickly spread over a local area, especially if you're taking advantage of an untapped market. Daycare. Our list of business ideas in villages includes running a daycare, which can be the ideal venture for you if you have any experience in teaching or childcare. Childcare services are always going to be needed by parents, especially working parents. particularly before their children reach school age and even during after-school hours. Naturally, a nearby daycare will be more practical because parents can drop off their children there before work and pick them up on the way home. Undoubtedly, if daycare services aren't already available in your community, this may be a profitable venture. Event venue and planner. People are always going to want to commemorate particular happenings, which includes everything from tiny get-togethers to parties and events. You can think about starting an event venue and planning company to satisfy the village need for celebration. An event location can accommodate a variety of requirements and inspire people in your town and adjacent places to make use of the area. Additionally, if you can provide event planning as an added service along with your space, you'll be able to extend even further by providing this service outside of the venue itself. Veterinary office. Consider opening your own business in your village if you're a veterinarian or know one who is seeking for a practice. Once more, this is a village company concept that calls for permits, licenses, and a workforce that is both educated and skilled. However, if you have the necessary resources, time, and commitment, it is possible to make your village the go-to destination for families with pets. After all, pet owners will need to take their animals to the veterinarian for both routine exams and unexpected situations, so proximity is frequently important. You can therefore profit from this pet-related necessity if you establish a reputable neighborhood business. The bottom line: if you're thinking about opening a business in a village, there are several considerations to make before getting started. Before you dive deep into various village business ideas, you'll want to do thorough research about the location, as well as think more personally, considering what kind of businesses you're interested in, what finances you have and are willing to invest, and how you're going to go about getting your business off the ground. Hope this information was useful for you. If so, please subscribe to the channel and press the like button.